afternoon, wherever you're watching me from. Today, we'll be talking about drug abuse, drug addiction. How was your Christmas, everyone? How was your Christmas? How your Christmas stay good? I don't come today, and today we'll be discussing a very vital topic. This is an important topic we need to discuss because check your surroundings, check your society. You see, drug abuse is the most problem we have. Make I not just quickly dive into the topic of the day. How are you guys doing? I really thank you all for your support. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm just building this channel. I'm building it bit by bit. Yeah. And I want you to know that you can do anything when you're focused. You can make it, you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud of you. The school you graduated from, you can make them proud of you. This channel is not here to encourage violence. This channel is here to impact positively in our society. Do do things that will make people be proud of themselves and make them be productive of themselves. In all my videos henceforth, I'll be talking about gambling. Please, I really beg you, find a way to reduce the habit of gambling because gambling is not a way of life. Gambling will ruin someone to the last step whereby you have nowhere to go. Gambling is a problem. Today we are not discussing about gambling, but in my videos, I'll be talking about gambling. Try to reduce the gambling habits. Reduce it. Don't take the gambling habit into a new year. Into new year. Don't take the gambling habits. Please, I beg you. Gambling will not take you anywhere. It will rather collect from you and make you empty. It will make you see see that passion you have in you. It will make you see it. So we'll be talking about drug abuse, drug addiction. But first, let's talk about drug abuse. What is drug abuse? I'll talk about the pidgin part, and this part is the English part, but it will be in this first video because I can't upload everything once. What is drug abuse? You hearing the word drug abuse, drug abuse. We have been taught about it in school. Why is this guy coming again to talk about it? I'm coming back again to talk about it because it's a really big problem we have in our society because most of the youth right now they partake in drug abuse, which is the problem we have. Yes. Okay, let me go into the definition of drug abuse. What is drug abuse? I have an example I'll use to define it so you can understand very clearly. Your doctor prescribed this drug for you to use. He told you use it once a day. But you were thinking, no, I want to feel the adrenaline to use the drug. You're using two. Instead of you to bring it down to use one, you're using two. That two you are using, the doctor told you to use one, one drug per day. You use two in the morning, two in the afternoon, two in the night. Doing this will ruin your health condition and it will damage your health system because you are being prescribed you were prescribed this drug. The drug was prescribed to you by a professional in that field. You are not a professional in the medical field. Let me say someone like me, I'm not a doctor, I'm prescribing this drug to you. You are supposed to go confirm it first from the professional in that field. But no, you didn't. And their self-medication is also part of drug abuse because self-medication sometimes it's not that you don't know how to go through it. You are taking overdose. You are taking over what you are not supposed to take. You think our drug is something we use for our health system not to break down. That's the meaning of drug. Abuse, there's abuse meaning in two different. Abuse has two different or three different meaning. Abuse is when you overdo something. You use something in a very reckless way that will damage you or something. Abuse is when you talk to someone rudely. Yeah, I can see. So when you hear the word drug abuse, you are supposed to understand drug abuse. This is what I'm leading to. This is where I'm heading to. I'll be talking on this gradually because I don't want to rush this. this channel we are building. I want it to be one of the strong channel that will be recognized. Yeah. And I really thank you for your support. I thank you for supporting me. I really thank you. I thank you for supporting me. Let me dive into the topic fully. You're saying drug abuse. How can you stop this drug abuse? You need to seek help because drug abuse, drug addiction. Let me go into drug addiction first. We are define the meaning of drug abuse, drug addiction. Drug addiction is whereby this medicine the doctor gave you to use when your system is trying to break down or your system is already in the breakdown process. You use this drug to you back to you yourself. Now you can't do a day without using this drug, and that's where drug addiction comes in because the addiction is growing bit by bit. Your body is getting used to the addiction, and when your body gets used to something, when you don't take that thing daily, your body will break down. But you cause this thing to yourself, and how can you help yourself to stop this drug abuse or drug addiction of a thing? First, seek help. Seek help from the professionals in that field on how to help you limit the way you use the drug. By limiting it, you begin to remove yourself from the drug. I don't know how to explain that. My English may not be too good, but I'll still talk it in pidgin. It's not about me just speaking English without explaining what I'm trying to pass on to my audience. It's me explaining it for you to understand. Yes. You seeking help from a professional in the medical field, they will tell you how to go through this process, which will help you to curb the habit of drug abuse or drug addiction. The second point here is you identify what triggers you to take that drug. You see what happens to me that makes me go back to that drug whenever what part of my body feels like I'm not complete that makes me go back to use that drug. You study yourself. Maybe you use the drug today, tomorrow. The next day you don't use it. You see how your body will start breaking down. And when your body start breaking down bit by bit, the drug addiction will reduce. Yes, it will reduce. It will reduce bit by bit. The third the third point on how to reduce on how to stop drug addiction is drug abuse is developing coping skills. You you be disciplined in yourself that I don't want to use this drug again. You know, addiction is not something easy. You can just say you want to stop today and you stop. No, addiction does not work that way. You addiction works in a way that you stop it bit by bit. You don't say I want to stop today. If you say you want to stop today, I assure you in the next 24 or 48 hours you go back to that addiction you have been doing or that habit. But when you really want to stop something, you take steps. You don't just go into conclusion or come into conclusion you want to stop this at this certain time. It won't work that way. When you take steps, you do things that will drive your mind away from going to that drugs. Yes, you do things that will drive your mind away from going to that drugs. My last point in how to stop drug abuse is create a routine. A routine. Maybe in a day you have 15 hours, you work 8 hours. The remaining 7 hours you read. It's not that you read, you watch films. When you read and you watch films, it refreshes your brain. And you watching that film will drive that intention or that thinking of you wanting to take the drugs again. You play games. You play games that will drive you away from doing, and you do things that you love doing. Good things like maybe you cook or you do different things. Good things, I'm not saying bad things, good things that will drive your mind away from saying you want to go and use that drug again because you repeating drugs many times. I'm coming continuously. I was saying you do things that will deprive you of having that time of thinking that you want to go take that drug because it will start to break down your system in few months. It may not be in months, it may be in years because you taking drugs repeatedly will make your health break down. And I also want to talk about what leads to drug abuse. Curiosity. The question is, what is curiosity? Someone is doing something. I also want to feel the I also want to be part of that thing they are doing. And I don't understand how to explain myself. Curiosity is when you are trying to imitate what that person the game that person is having. You want to know what is happening when that person use that thing or that drug. My definition of curiosity may not be the main definition, but from my own understanding, curiosity you want to know when they use the drug what happens next. Yes, like this person is using tramadol. I want to know when this person use it, what's the adrenaline the person have, or what's the next thing that happens in their health system. You want to know how they feel. That's curiosity. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is a really peer pressure sometimes has negative impact more than the positive impact because in our society of today, most of illegal or criminal activities are being aided by peer pressure because my friend is doing this, I also want to do it. That's the main problem we have. And I can tell you that when you are in the midst of people that do these things, there is no way you are not going to say you also want to do it. But the way you can help yourself not to do it is by removing yourself from that group or from that group of friends because in a time to come, they will also tell you, try this thing, try the way it is, have a taste of it. And you are being curious. You also want to have a taste of it. Another third factor is stress and trauma. Most people, drug abuse is not that they just suddenly started abusing drugs. They started abusing drugs maybe because they lose their loved ones or they had traumas that they can't really explain to people. That is only um, therapists that can understand them. And they have no access to therapists because of their financial stability or their financial status. They will lead themselves into drug abuse or they not wanting to share their problems with someone who can help them. That leads to drug abuse because if you check your surroundings, in 100% of those people that abuse drugs, for 5% of them is stress and trauma that makes them do it because the trauma and the stress they have faced in their lives will because they'll feel like when I use this drug, I'm free of all my problems. Yeah, like the adrenaline, you inhale it or you use it, and you feel like I'm in the sky, which is not supposed to be so. It ruins you. Please, this video may be short, but in coming times, the video will be long. I'll also switch to the pidgin part after this first part. But I want you guys to understand drug abuse is not something we all embrace. When you see someone partaking in drug abuse, because drug abuse will ruin you. Drug addiction, I'm also going to talk about that. I'm talking about drug abuse here. Talking about drug abuse here. The next part is drug addiction. I just let you know today's topic and the next coming topic. I'll really I'll really be happy if you can share this message with someone who needs it because you can't tell me you have no friend who is not into drug abuse. You can't tell me you have no friends who is not into that. You may see don't look at the person passing this message to you. Look at the concept of the message this person is passing to you. I'm not perfect. Yes, I'm not perfect. But I'm trying to make a positive impact in my society because when we start making that positive impact now and our younger brothers and sisters see the positive impact we are taking, they also will not want to go astray. They will also want to go and make a positive impact in their society. I thank you all for watching me to this time. I know it's a privilege I have for that you can watch me. Thank you all. I really thank you. Happy New Year in advance. And we are still going to talk tomorrow. I want to switch to the pidgin part right now. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm new on here. You all know me. I'm new on here. Please, thank you. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate.